4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome.
Well, hello, everybody. It is the Dennis and Andy Show. We are back. More importantly, Dennis is back again. It's like he's on this every other week schedule now. I wish I only had to show up at work that much. Man, every other week. What's next week's excuse? I just can't wait to hear it. Oh, my stones are back. Oh, I got to get them blasted again.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know, I have not been on much, and I did make it back for 1 week, and that was the end of it. I spent most of the week in the hospital, in and out of the hospital emergency rooms. So I've now been to multiple different emergency rooms and have met all these wonderful doctors and nurses. And I had kidney stones, which we thought went well. The surgery went well. They had to blast it apart. I actually got a really cool picture. It was the doctor even took a picture of it.
Oh, you're not showing it.
No.
Okay.
No, I won't show it. But we got to see it. My daughter got to see it. The nurses got to see it. And they're like, that is the single biggest stone he's ever had to blow up in his life. So naturally, knowing me, it's going to create complications. I wound up being back in the next week into the emergency room. Lots of problems. And let's see, between oxy and morphine, that created a whole separate set of problems. So yeah, it's been a rough 3 weeks. Let's just put it that way. So I'm on the road to recovery. I am still at my house. My wife had her knee replaced, so I had to be here to help her anyway. So we're kind of like two cripples floating around in a pool of helplessness right now.
Hey, I don't want to hear you could have come over today. You were in the hospital 2 full nights and she survived. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So she just had her PT and stuff. There's good news. They got her because it's a knee replacement. So it's all about how far you bend and how straight it can be. She's down to 3%, which they want to get her to 0, but it's on its way. And today's a rough day. She's in a lot of pain. Her leg's completely swelled up again today. So this weekend, we are going to be in Hickory for a convention. I will be going. My daughter will be helping my wife out this weekend. So Saturday, Andy and I will be at Hickory, and I will do the best that I can, but I'm going to go.
There you go. And the real reason you didn't show up last week, and I know what it was. It was the first week of fantasy football, and I kicked your ass. So you're like, I can't show my face on the Wednesday stream after losing fantasy football week 1 to him. You can admit it, Dennis.
So guys, it is true. Andy did beat me. Kick my ass? No. This is he won by 3 points? I don't know. I didn't have access to it in the hospital. I couldn't do it. So I'm in 2 leagues and I couldn't see either of them until I got out. And then I think you and I and Bart were chatting on something, and Andy goes, "Oh, I won my fantasy football," and I was about typing congratulations, and then I went, I think I was playing you, which meant I lost.
Yes, you did. So anyhow, there is that catch up. I did lose this week. Did you win this week? Why would I know?
I was playing Susie and I beat her.
Wow.
In Joe's league, and I don't see him on there yet, I lost by 0.7 points.
More importantly, you thought it was necessary to beat your hobbled wife. Nice husband you are. Let's see what our guest thinks about you abusing women. Our guest for today is Miss Irene Irene Strychalski. She hasn't been with us in a while, and we're so glad to have her back on. So hopefully she's at her desk because she knows we babble. Oh, there she is.
Yes, no, I am at my desk. Hello, I didn't know when my icon was coming up. Hi, yeah, terrible, Dennis, just terrible.
I know, beating his wife.
So uncivilized.
His
Is
hobbled.
No,
He
never
not.
thought.
He could not go into this weekend going, you know what? I might have lost last week to Andy, my nemesis, but this week, my wife, because she lost last week too in the first week. He could have said, I'm playing my wife. I should be the bigger man. She's hobbled. She's in pain daily, not because she's married to me, because that is a reason, but because of her knee as well. Double pain. I should let her win. Instead, he looked at his fantasy football, saw the projection to win, and said, I'm keeping my kick-ass players. She's going down. Nice.
I do not know how fantasy football works, but
I benched
how
my
dare
number
you?
one quarterback. So if that didn't give her a chance to win, I don't want to hear it.
I don't know.
I can only be so chivalrous.
That's
Whatever
true.
Andy said, yeah.
Yeah. Well, she wouldn't need a knee replacement if you didn't push her down the steps. All I'm saying.
Oh no.
Wow.
What is happening?
It is a good thing that nobody from the medical or child protective or wife protective services watches this show. Oh wait, the cops are at the door. I wonder why.
Exactly.
They're like, sure, you were joking, sure.
Okay, Rainey, so I'm going to bust your chops. Are we looking at the icon during the show, or are you going to turn the...
No.
Are you not feeling pretty today? Is that it? I know women feel like that sometimes.
You see, it's 3 in the afternoon, 3:30, and this is morning for me, and I just got up, and I am actually still doing my mascara and chugging my coffee, so...
Wow,
I will have my camera on in about 5 minutes.
I mean, come on. We got to have something pretty to look at on this show, and it's definitely not us two.
Yeah.
So
I'll have my camera on soon. I mean, you don't want to see me with my makeup. It's a horror show, but yeah.
Oh, come on.
This is early for me.
Hey, this is no makeup. Are you saying that Dennis and I are not wearing makeup right now, Renee? Are you calling this a horror show?
Oh, no. I mean myself.
Oh, I see.
And Toupain says, as long as you're prettier than Dennis, you win. So apparently I'm the high bar. That's not much to beat. That is not much to beat.
No. Everyone is pretty.
So, Renee, what's the haps? What's the download? It's been since Heroes Con.
Oh, yeah, it has been since Heroes. Jeez. Well, a lot has happened. I've launched Fiendish 3. That has mostly been my life. So it's been that. I did a convention in Florida, but I think I'm all conned out for this year. I did 3 conventions for 3 months. So like one convention a month. And I don't know how some people do shows back to back. It's just nuts. I'm already done for the year. I just want to sit at home and draw. And I got to run my campaigns.
Where what part of Florida was it? Was it other words, was it a drive or a fly?
Oh, it was. Well, I probably should have flown, but I drove because it was in Miami.
Oh.
Because I hate flying. I hate flying to conventions unless they're overseas. Because it's just such a pain to fly with books and all. It's always like a weight problem. So I've resolved that whether it's New York or as long as it's on the East Coast, I will drive. I'm not driving to like LA. No. But yeah, so it was a long drive. It's part of also why I'm just kind of done with things. But yeah, it's my first time in Miami, and let me tell you, that city is certainly something. I was all the stories are true. Well,
I mean, I've been there. Dennis has been there, so we know what it's about.
Yeah,
what was, I guess, head turning, whatever you want to call it, shocking to you about Miami?
Well, so there's it's interesting because Florida just has a lot of character, and I've been to Florida a lot of times. Florida man. It's like we all get why that's a meme because Florida is just crazy, but it's I've always heard that Miami is crazy and it doesn't even feel like Florida, and it's true. So it's this weird beachfront culture, and everyone has a lot of money, but you don't know where the money's coming from. And I've been
from
told
a little thing called blow.
Yes, I've been told that, so that's very interesting. And oh my God, I'm sorry, anybody from Miami who is listening. I'm sure you're a wonderful person, but not everybody was an asshole, but the drivers were the worst. Like, I would be letting someone go, and I would get honked at for letting people with correct right of way go. And it was just the most absurd thing. People would cut me for no reason. My God. And then after I came back from Miami, I started looking up people, travel vloggers and stuff talking about Miami. So I'm like, am I crazy? And they're like, no, Miami is basically not Florida. Like, Florida's crazy enough, but Miami is essentially a South American city transplanted into the tip of Florida. And I'm like, this all makes sense now.
Yeah.
Was it
so you were down there summertime? Was it super hot or what?
Oh, it was so hot.
I was going to say, because you like to wear black, you like to wear jeans.
Yeah, well, it was okay. It was okay. Well, I also, like to wear tank tops, and I did bring my shorts because I knew it was going to be baking hot. I actually like the heat, so it helps. Because I'm from Taiwan, so but yeah, it was still ridiculously hot and just a crazy trip, but it was an experience. And I'm glad I went.
Yeah, was it a what was the name of the show? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was Florida SuperCon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never gone to it, but I know. Is that a 2-day or 3?
It's a 3-day show.
Okay.
I never been to it, but I was in my head. I'm like, oh, Florida's not that far, and then I registered for it and got in. Then I'm like, wait a minute, this is in Miami. Good job.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a Reed Pop show. So
people in Jacksonville, which is North Florida, are like, oh, we're going to Miami. Book a flight, not driving that far, and you're like, I'm in Georgia, Miami. It's Florida. It's not that bad.
No, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. This whole year has just been crazy. I flew back to Taiwan. I was there for like a month, and then I was just flying and then I was in Japan, and then I was briefly back in America, and then I was driving to Florida. So I'm done. I'd like to just
I would be
here
too
for a while.
Yeah, there's a difference when you do 4 shows that are like close, but when you're going all over,
True.
I hear that for sure.
Yeah, I'd love to do more close shows, but it's just, I don't know, I'm silly and I always forget to register for them. Like, I've never even registered on time for Dragon Con, and it's down the street.
Right.
So good going.
Yeah, you got to do that.
That's entirely my fault. Yeah. And it fills up so quickly. So, and it's like, I don't know, I've gotten in contact with the organizers. They're like trying to get in contact right away, and it's like, oh, it's already full. It's just
we got friends that go every year, and it's like the Mecca for them. I mean, literally, as soon as tickets become available, hotels, they're already in there booking it, and within an hour after everything's open, half the stuff's already done and gone. And I'm like, wow. It is crazy.
No wonder.
So the $1 million question, Rini, is now that you've been to Miami, you've been to it, would you go back next year?
I probably won't. I gotta say, hey, no shade against Miami. It's just a bit of a pain. I think I'm gonna cut back on conventions. I'll do Heroes again.
Oh, sure.
And Heroes is like the show for me because conventions are cool, but it's, I don't know. I'll spend like a couple of years doing a lot of cons, and then I'm kind of done. Like, I'm not one of those artists that subsists off of conventions as a huge part of my life. So
sure.
Yeah, Heroes and SC Comic Con on the East Coast, they're 2 of the best, and especially for comic books. So those should always just be marked right on your calendar.
Oh yeah, definitely. I will be doing one more event out in Augusta, which is just like 2 hours away from me in Georgia. So yeah. I'm trying to do some small events, but yeah, that's it for this year.
No, that's cool. If you haven't heard, I know, we've talked about pop culture stuff before, and you're like, I've never heard of that before. Have you heard of Robert Redford?
No.
Oh, wow. Wow.
The disappointment.
He's a great American actor who passed away a couple days ago at the age of 89.
So he's old, and he's been.
I think I saw people posting. Yeah, I saw a post on it, but I don't know who he is.
I really would have thought with that one, I thought he was mainstream enough to where you were to go, of course I know who Robert Redford.
No, I don't know.
And the sad part was my wife was sitting there because she's laid up. She goes, "Well, go pick a movie." And I said, "Here's a movie that I know you haven't seen." And this was about not quite a week ago. So we watched All the President's Men. And I said, it's a very young Robert Redford, a very young Dustin Hoffman. It's all about Watergate, and she's not big into anything political. But I said, it's still an interesting movie. And in that era, you like that era. I said, I think you'd like this movie. So we literally watched it. And then 2 days later, Robert Redford passes away. We're like, no.
Oh, that's uncanny. Oh, jeez.
It is. It is.
Oh, it sounds like he lived a long life, so that's good.
Yeah, I mean, he was The Natural. We talked about it last night on the Professionals. I did like The Natural.
I did.
That he was in
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. That was one of my dad's movies. The Sting was one of my favorite movies with him in it. So many. He was just a great actor.
And honestly, and I did bring this one up. Now, not as one of my favorites, but it's probably one of the last things he did, even though it was 10 years ago or so. Winter Soldier. He crushed it in Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Cast as a bad guy. Did you see Winter Soldier, Rini?
I think I did. Who was he in Winter Soldier?
So after Nick Fury got taken out of Head of S.H.I.E.L.D., Robert Redford stepped in, basically.
Oh, that was him.
Yes.
Old guy.
Okay,
bad guy gets killed in the end.
Now I know. Okay.
Yep.
Well, rest in peace.
Yeah. So, yeah, he really was one of those. He's one of those actors that's like, one, if you would have asked me how old's Robert Redford, before he died, I would have said, I don't know, mid-70s. I have no idea. So when I saw he was 89, I was like, holy shit, he was 89.
Yeah, that's wow, that's almost 90.
Yep. Yeah. I remember him in movies from the 70s, early 80s, and I was like, so I knew he was up there, but wow. Yeah.
Well, what's sad about it is, okay, I'm going to name another actor. I swear to God, if you say you don't know who this is, I might just have to bounce you right the hell out of here.
Okay, I'm not going to know, so get ready to
You will. I have faith. Clint Eastwood.
Your faith is misplaced.
Clint Eastwood.
Oh, I do know Clint Eastwood. Of course I do.
Not misplaced. He's what, 93 or 94, I think.
Yeah, and he got a late start to his career, didn't he?
Sort of? I don't know. Maybe in his 30s.
Maybe that's someone else.
Late, like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I think that was like 70s.
No, but what she's saying, I think he was probably working in his 20s. I know.
Oh, okay.
Man, not that is it? Oh man, now I'm trying to think. I want to say Gene Hackman was. Do you know who Gene Hackman is?
Yeah, isn't he the Charlie the Chocolate Factory guy?
Nope.
No?
Gene Hackman was the original Lex Luthor in the first Superman movie. He's been in a ton of great stuff, but that's I threw that out because maybe you've seen their. I don't know if you've seen the original Superman or not, but
no.
No, Gene Hackman's been in. He's another Robert Redford type actor, just that status like Clint Eastwood and stuff. And he passed away last year. But my point is, if I remember reading up about him, I think Gene was pushing 40 when he finally got a breakout role.
Oh,
and became like known. Now he was also, he was 80 something, I believe, as well.
Clint is 95.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow, really?
Good, and I take that back. Good, the Bad, and the Ugly was 66. So it's even older than what I was thinking it was. His very first role was uncredited in a movie called Revenge of the Creature. bet you Graham has seen that.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yep. And then he went to Francis in the Navy, also in 1955. Francis in the Navy.
So his first role was 70 years ago, so he was 25.
Yep. There you go.
Oh my God.
For those of you that don't know, Francis in the Navy, it's Francis the Talking Mule. There was a whole slew of movies. There was Mr. Ed the Talking Horse and Francis the Talking Mule.
Oh my God.
Clint's going to, that's when Clint, because he's 95, you know, and I don't know what type of health he's in. Hopefully it's good health, but he's 95.
Yeah.
And like Robert Redford, I was shocked, kind of stunned, but I wasn't like, oh no, how can I go on Robert Redford? But Clint's going to be like that, I think. Because I think from like Unforgiven on, and Unforgiven was early 90s. I've seen every Clint Eastwood movie since then. And then, you know, some before that. So
like some people are just fixtures of our era. It's like when the British Queen died. Like, we're not British, but at least for me, I'm like, oh my God, this is shocking.
She was the queen, you know, obviously Dennis and I are just a tad bit older than you, but she was the queen our entire life.
Yep.
Longest reign.
Princess Diana, when that whole thing happened, oh my God, that was heartbreaking.
Yeah, well, it was for you and all the other women, Dennis. Most men were like, oh.
No. Most men were like, Princess Di, she's amazing. She was. She had the best feathered haircut. You know, she had the best accent. You know, she went on screen on TV and all the men would turn their heads and look at the big TV on the wall. Yeah, that was Princess Di.
I see you're going for the feathered hair like Princess Di. So
yep, I'm letting my hair grow, and I've hit my midlife crisis, perhaps you could call. And since Andy can't grow hair, I figured I'd grow enough for both of us.
It's true, I can't.
Oh, no.
It's locks for love. He's going to grow it long, cut it off, and I'm going to have Dennis hair.
I'm going to donate it.
Oh, what a good friend. Can you grow a beard? You should grow a giant Viking beard.
I'll dye this black, and then I'll take Dennis's hair from Locks of Love and pop it on as a wig. And there you go.
Perfect.
Exactly.
You look like twins.
I'm going for the Mark Hamill.
Exactly.
And the feather hair, yeah, I can do that. I can. You know, the debate was, do I just let the whole thing grow long or do I get a mullet? Because, man, I really sported a good mullet back in the day. I think it's just going to go all the way long now. We just decided.
Renee, do you have any thoughts on a guy rocking a mullet in 2025?
It depends on the guy.
Dennis.
Wow, no pressure.
Well, I mean,
it can work.
Mullets are respected. Thank you. We were just having this conversation with the barber, and we were talking about how mullets made a comeback, and there are still people that are getting them. And when we were up in Jersey, when we were on the ferry going Staten Island, lo and behold, there were a whole bunch of mullets on the ferry, and we were all like, oh my God, look at it all. I'm like, they're back, baby. They are back. Trend-setting time once again.
Not really. Paul Taylor for $10. Thank you very much. I don't generally talk about hair. Move it along. Hi, Irene.
Hi.
Yeah, we'll move it along. We'll move it along. So besides conventions and stuff, any other fun stuff happening? You can't just be 24/7 at the desk. Come on, Renee.
I mean, that's mostly my life.
Oh my God. You're a young person. You're in your 30s, right?
Yes, I
See,
am not as young as
be out on the town.
Nah.
Oh.
Social life is overrated. Yeah, I've been trying to get drawing done. I got a huge chunk of pages done for Fiendish 3, so I have like a 15-page preview out. But then I think ever since like the 30-day point for the convention, I mean not the convention, the frigging campaign, it's been just rough. I think I've just been in like a weird headspace. It's hard to draw a lot and run a campaign at the same time, is what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm still trying to work on pages and I'm hoping to get back to it.
No, it is. Trust me, I'm right there with you. It is very, when you're in pitch mode or whatever, it's difficult,
Yeah, it's different. And I'm trying to at least still have some YouTube presence. And that's also difficult. Because you have to do all these things. Running a campaign is much more work than you'd think. Because on the back end, I'm drafting emails and doing social media, scheduling posts, making graphics, and I'm doing 2 platforms now because I'm launching the Kickstarter tomorrow. So nice. It's like a lot of work going on in the back end. Yeah.
Hey, do you want to pull up the campaign on your end? And then
sure.
Because we haven't talked in a while, so you can give us a whole rundown on what's happening with Fiendish 3 as in story wise and stuff like that,
Sure.
So 15 pages of preview stuff you literally have out there of the book. How many story pages is it?
The full book is 70 pages, so it's just as big as Fiendish 2. But I will say it's even more dense. Because the way I've been describing it to everyone is I've laid out. I'm pulling the campaign up. Just give me a second. I laid the groundwork in Fiendish 1 and 2, and there was also a chapter 2.5. So that was the runway. And now we're ready to take off. So you know who the characters are, you know what the world building is, and now I'm jumping into the story, just revealing stuff. Bam, bam, bam. And even the 15-page preview, there are reveals that happen right away. So it's a 70-page book. I'm like, you know what? It's such a huge book. I have no qualms about showing you a big chunk of it, just so you can see just how this will read. I have confidence that people will like it. So there you go.
That's cool. Very nice. Very nice.
Rich
is Donkey's in the house. Hello, Rich. Rich, you should come to Hickory this weekend.
Yeah, Rich.
He'll say no, but I like throwing it out there. What?
It's not like Rich is doing anything.
No, he's retired.
Yeah, he sits around at home waiting for somebody to call and ask him out to Hickory.
Bakes cookies for his neighbors.
Bakes cookies?
Paints the house. There she is. What? Doesn't even look like you have makeup on.
I am here. I am indeed. I'm real. I am not just an AI voice. So hi. Hi. I've got my face on. I got my coffee. So let's go.
You have a good voice. You should. Oh, I wonder if somebody that has a really, really good voice, if they could pitch it out to AI companies and be like, I'll let you use my voice. I'll read a bunch of stuff, and then from there, your AI can use it for anything.
I bet they do that.
Yeah, I
don't know. It'd be a little creepy though. It's like everyone's making my voice say stuff.
But you get your choice. You can pick all these different voices. Maybe you want an Australian male or female voice, or an English version, or whatever, a Cockney. Maybe you want the Cockney accent, and you can just pick and choose. And all of those voices are somebody's real voice.
True.
And the only person that wants Cockney is you. And it's not the accent you want from those guys. It's the first part of that word. Look at that glow.
Yeah, we are in Hickory. Hickory is Saturday, Headless. So yes, Saturday, Andy and I will be making the trip to Hickory Con. So stop down, see us, chat, visit. It's always a good time. It's a fun show.
It is. It is.
See?
Yeah.
I'd buy Renee's voice. Look at that. You've already got somebody on there. Renee, you've got a whole nother revenue stream you can put in right now.
We've got another half hour going. You don't have to buy her voice. Just download this video and cut her parts out. Upload it to AI, and there you go.
You told them the secrets. Now I'm gonna hear my voice saying all kinds of weird stuff, and I'll be like, "Blame Dennis and Andy."
No.
Yep. No, just Andy.
No, it's Dennis.
I trust you guys,
DNA
chat.
Show.
The DNA show, yes.
Yeah.
I'll trust you, chat. I trust you to not make anything weird come of this.
No, they won't do that.
You are gentlemen, are you not?
That's right.
Yes, I am. Yes. Notice Andy couldn't say that with a straight face.
Yeah, I can. I'm a total gentleman. So there.
Wow.
You're
acting.
I am. So on Fiendish, are you working? Are you doing the pages traditional? A bit of both? What's the deal this time?
I am doing the pages traditionally. Oh, let me grab the portfolio. So the pages are traditional, and that's why I have original art for sale on the campaign.
Oh.
Where is the so here is my big old portfolio, and here are some of the pages.
Oh, nice. Hold on, I'll get you full screen. So are you doing? So are they 100% original, or are you doing some are you doing layouts digital, printing out and tracing off, or are you just going right to the board? So it's all traditional?
I'm doing the layouts and pencils digitally,
and then inking.
I print out the blue lines, and then I ink them traditionally. So I have a traditional page, and then I scan the back end. I do the panel borders digitally, so it's crisper, and then of course digital colors. So that's the process. But I do have original pages to sell. It's not. I don't have all 70 of them. I have like a select about 25 or so. You can see on the campaign page, it's broken down into like 4 price tiers, and I only have a limited amount of the pages to sell because I do still want to keep a big chunk of them. But yeah, there are some for sale, and
that's cool.
if you would like this original art, then you can go on the campaign and go check it out. Very detailed. I spent a lot of time on every page. So
I was gonna say, it looks like it. No, it looks great. I mean,
being lazy.
I've looked at it and stuff. Why don't you bring it up? Now I got to remember. You know what? I'm so flighty sometimes. I'm going to it myself just to make sure I backed it. I'm pretty sure I did.
Oh, I do have it pulled up, so I should. Do I? Yes, I do.
Yeah, you do. I got it. There we go.
Yay! There we go. Whee!
Oh yeah, I did. There it is. July 29th. Oh, good.
Yay! Awesome. Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
So
much appreciated.
Vaughn is asking for both Andy and Rini. How many times do you redo the layouts for maximum page turn impact? Do you ever redo them? Is what he's asking.
Oh,
you can go first.
Okay, I do. Man, the layout process is just so. I do so many drafts in the layouts because I think that is the hardest part of making a comic. It's like, sure, maybe the inking and penciling takes more time, but the most mental work is in the layouts, and I think even more so than the writing, because in the layouts you've got the plot, and you've got, like, for me, the rough dialogue, and I don't do a script. I go straight to layouts. And it's just the visual storytelling with the effect that every panel has. It has to flow. The pages have to flow into each other, but also you have to consider how each spread looks, because the reader takes in a spread as one image. It's not just page by page, because comics are a print medium. So there's a lot to think about. To answer your actual question, I would say I redo the layouts at least 3 or 4 times. For Fiendish 3, the current because I'll put everything into all my rough thumbnails into a PDF that are double spread, so I can see it before I start penciling and inking. And right now I'm on the 7th draft. So that's how many times I've revamped. And I wouldn't say every single page has been redone 7 times, but the full book, I've added pages, I've tweaked things here and there enough to have 7 drafts of the whole book.
There you go. For me, and so I'm taking the question a different way, because this is how I interpreted it. My interpretation was basically, I started drawing the page because I'll do a thumbnail on the script, and then I'll take out the Bristol board and start drawing right on the actual final Bristol board. And after I do my thumbnail, I'll start drawing the page. And every now and then I'll go, oh, I could do this differently and it would be better. And I'll put the page aside, do a new thumbnail, and then start over. So that's kind of how I interpreted it. And the answer you gave made it sound like, and obviously correct me if I'm wrong, but the way I interpreted your answer was you'll do 3 or 4, let's say, thumbnail layouts and then decide which one to draw. Or am I wrong?
That's correct. Yeah, I try to to fix any mistakes before the penciling begins.
Right. And like I said, I interpret it as, and hope, clarify which one of us is right in interpretation. Because once again, I interpret it like you're already working on the actual board and you might be halfway through penciling it, or I've even been 80% through penciling a page and been like, oh, it would work so much better this way, and start over. So going by my interpretation, I might do that maybe once, tops 3 times out of a whole book. Because usually once I get the thumbnail down, I'm just good to go, and I'm just kind of focused in, and I'm like, okay, let's go and do it,
Right. Yeah. If that's the interpretation, then really not as much. That's what I try to avoid. So about the same, maybe once a book.
And generally, I think going with like what you're saying, thumbnail, let's say, it's the same. I mean, I might only out of a 48-page book, I might do multiple thumbnails for 3 or 4 pages, and that's it. Usually I get a pretty good idea in my head and I get it down and I'm like, yeah, that works. And I go with it. Now, if I do multiple thumbnails, it's because I just don't have a clear vision in my head, honestly, of how I'm visualizing the page. It didn't just, usually I can read the script and it will just kind of pop, like the images will just pop in my head and I'm like, oh yeah, that's it. That's cool. But then there's some pages that are, whether it's difficult or whatnot, it just doesn't visualize like that. And that's when I end up having to do, more thumbnails or whatever.
I was going to say, I think it was the first year. I don't remember. Maybe it was the second book, but there was like one page Andy was struggling with. He's like, it's fine. It's fine. But Andy doesn't like fine. He wants amazing. And he was sitting there and I know he was contemplating over and over again. And he showed me what he had and I thought it looked good. And he's like, but I suddenly got this other idea. So then he grabs a whole nother one, redoes it, did it, and it was so dynamic. I was like, whoa, that's what he did. But I don't get that too often. Usually if there's any changes, like we were just talking before the stream, he made a change because I scripted everything out and he's like, you had this and he had the scene, but he goes, I decided I wanted to do this, this, and this instead. And I'm like, oh, that actually makes more sense. But he usually gets all of that stuff done before he puts everything down to the big page.
Yeah, it got me thinking, actually, on page 1 of this book, of Lilineth, page 1, I had the first page, I'd say 95% done, ready to ink, right? I just had like 5% left of like, and when I ink my stuff, it's not, like Irene, it's not full pencils. They're looser, obviously, because I'm inking my own work. So I had like 5%, maybe background stuff, whatever, before I was like, okay, now I can scan it and then start inking it. And I got a better idea. And I just put the page to the side, grabbed the new piece of, Bristol board, full size, started drawing it, the new idea, and, sketched it out. Now I didn't get to the 95% phase. I probably had 30% of it done. But I could look at them both at that stage and go, oh, yeah, this one's definitely better. And so I finished that one. So I do have a page 1 somewhere around here that is basically ready to ink, but I wasn't happy with it. So I did something else. So
I will say I've noted that happened more with the earlier books. And as I've gotten better at the visual language of Fiendish, it's happened less, and I think I've improved as a writer over the series as well, and just overall in multiple aspects. So with Fiendish 2, there were scenes where I didn't start. Well, it was like loose pencils, but I scrapped the entire page. That didn't happen this time.
Oh, cool. What do you? So since you're inking the stuff traditionally, what are you using to ink with? I'm sure it's a multitude of things.
Oh, it's a bunch of stuff.
What would you say your main tool is for like the figures or something?
I have a short going over my art supplies. If you want to check that out on my channel.
Oh, cool. I will.
I mostly use microns, and
okay.
I use a combination of microns. What is it? The Pigma FB brush pens. The very fine Pigma brush pens. It's a really great brush pen if you want a lot of fine line control. I love that brush pen. And then also the Tombow Furanosuke ones.
Yep.
A lot of artists use those. So they have like a hard tip and a soft tip version of those. So it's those brush pens and then just microns. That's basically what I do. Unless I have to fill in a ton of black, in which I just, obviously use ink. Hi, what's up?
What's up, Mohawk?
Hello.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, and the funny thing is, when you brought up that first brush pen, the Pigma one, whatever, I think that is. I gotta look, Dennis. Carry on, because I'm pretty sure that's one I'm using now for certain things. Because I've got a bunch of like different brush pens and stuff like that spread out next to my my desk, but for the most part I use a real dip brush still, and then a dip pen as well. Not a 102, I think it's a 170. It's a little more flexible. But then I was looking down at this array of like brush pens, and I'm like, oh, I haven't used this one in a while. Let's see how it works. And I was like, oh crap, this is kind of like that nib I'm using now. I think it might be that. So I'm gonna look.
All right.
See, now you got him looking.
Yay! Talking pens. Chat was saying there are 666 packers. Someone help us break that. Thank you.
you should refresh it so we can see that.
Wait, hey, Irene, is it that one?
Yes, that is such a good brush pen.
This really. It's funny. Like I said, I'll experiment with a lot of different ones, and then for some reason or another, I've always kind of defaulted back to the original, which for me is a real brush that I dip in ink and then some type of quill. And like I said, I've got 7 or 8 different brush pens on a shelf next to me. And I was just looking at them and I'm like, oh, I haven't used that one in a while. So I pulled the cap off and I'm like, oh, it's got a good point. So I started using it. I'm like, holy crap, this thing works great. So I need to stock up again.
Yes,
dry now.
Yeah, and they're a little hard to find, and it's just every time I go to Asia, I just buy about a pound of art supplies.
Yeah,
because it's so much cheaper there. Yeah, that's one of those pens that I'm like, oh, if I see it, I need it.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Well, why don't you play the trailer?
Ooh, yeah.
And hopefully we'll get another backer, because I'm not a fan of 666. It's Dennis's favorite set of 3 numbers, not mine.
Someone help us break that number. Thank you very much. I have 2 trailers, but I'll play the music. There's a music and narration one that's the story trailer, and there's one that's just me talking. So let's well, you guys can choose. Which one do you want first?
Do the story one first. And by the way, did you? You're a woman of many talents. Did you do the trailers yourself? I believe so, right?
Yeah, I do the trailers. I have these animated banners. That's a 60K stretch goal. Yes.
Yeah, I'd have to ask about that, because I saw that banner and I'm like, how the hell do you do that?
Yeah, it's a GIF. You have to make a GIF, but so I make the GIF it's an AVI in After Effects. You could use Premiere as well, but for the effects that I want, I use After Effects, and then you basically just have to like downsize the heck out of the GIF until it can be uploaded. And Indiegogo doesn't let you direct upload GIFs, so you have to host it somewhere else and then embed it.
Oh, right.
So that's how you do it.
Oh, cool.
But yeah,
and I assume you're using After Effects then for the trailer itself.
Yes, for the trailer, it's After Effects.
I got to learn it. Right. I have it. I just got to learn it.
Yeah, I don't think it's hard once you learn the basics. I mean, it's Adobe, so if you know Photoshop, you can pick up on the other programs pretty easily.
Cool.
Alrighty.
Let's go. I like that smoke effect, because if I remember, I was talking to you at Heroes, and you said you got that smoke effect by recording the smoke wafting off your bong. Is that right?
The what? Yeah,
What?
totally. That's definitely what, huh?
She's like, I need a cool smoke effect. You took a hit, and you're like, that's cool. Let me get my cell phone out.
We're supposed to tell everyone.
Oh, Dennis, why'd you open your mouth? Oh, nice sound effect. Where did you find that voice, I guess?
It's one of my favorite bands. Yeah, everyone should
Really?
check them out. Yeah.
Who is it?
No, I'll tell you guys the name once Zach and hear me more clearly. They're really good.
Nice.
Whee! Yeah, so that music, that was Lifiaberg by Wordruna.
Okay.
Nobody's gonna know how to spell that, so I'll put it in chat. But they're a Norwegian band that makes these kind of folky, heavy music. There's a bunch of bands that are like they sing in Old Norse and they make that kind of song. They did a Voluspa song as well. I love it because obviously I take a lot of inspiration from like Old Norse and Old Slavic culture, so I listen to a lot of that type of music while I work on the book, and this song is one of my favorites. So
that's cool.
Interesting. That's exactly what it sounded like. It sounded very Norse, so that's cool. But I didn't know it was your favorite band.
Oh well, yeah. Well, I don't know about favorite band, but they're really good. And this song is probably one of my favorite songs. There you go. Wordruna, easy to remember. I think they're singing in Norwegian, not Old Norse, but they have other songs in Old Norse. It's really cool. So Wordruna, Heilung, there's a composer called Zivia. I go down a whole list of these guys. It's like music that makes you want to go to war. It's good stuff.
Yeah, no, it sounded cool. That's why I was like, what is that? Now is that, I'm assuming, and this just is a YouTube thing, you can't try to monetize like the trailer because of that, right? It's not like they're so they're well known enough, in other words, to where it's like, hey, copyright.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I never try to monetize the trailers anyways. And it's like so the story trailers I always make sure when I upload them on YouTube. Actually the first Fiendish trailer was because people really like that music too. Good music in your trailer is so important. But that was stock music that happened. I just happened to find a really good song. I think it was by Paul Werner, and I had the rights to use that. But usually a lot of people make trailers and it's songs that are copyrighted, and you can do that. You just can't copyright it. And that's also why I make like a face trailer. That's the actual trailer. So I want to make sure that, I have a trailer that I'm using to advertise the book, and the music trailer, as much as I love it, that's the one I make for fun. So I don't want to act like, I'm just using someone's song to sell my book for without permission. It's like, and I tell everybody this is by Wordruna, go follow them because I really like their music. If I could actually get them to make a song for Fiendish and pay them, I would love to. That would be great.
Well, I'm assuming in the description of the trailer you have their credit and all that stuff.
Oh yeah,
probably link to their site and all that. So
of course, yeah.
Yeah, no, when we did the trailer for Lilineth, somebody else did it, but the music they chose, it just wasn't working for us. So then they did another pass at it and it still wasn't. So Dennis did some deep diving on some copyright free music with the tone we wanted, and we got something that works. So
yeah, I'm a big Yngwie Malmsteen fan, and I heard it and I'm like, oh my God, this is exactly what I want. And I was like, so here's the top 4. And I went over to Andy's and before our show, and we were listening to him, and I said, which one do you like? He picked the same one. I'm like, yes, we have it. So it was exactly what we wanted.
Perfect. Yes.
Well, cool. Well, give us for people that are new or whatnot, give us the breakdown. Where's the story pick up from? Because it picks up from 2, not 2.5.
Yes. So,
Fiendish
2.5. Let me see. Do I? No, I don't think I have all the books on here. I'm trying to find a nice image. There you go. That's the main cover, so we can sit on that.
Yeah.
So, Fiendish 2.5 was a flashback story. That was a one shot that was written by me, but drawn by Michael Rushbrook. So, sort of, he's the secondary artist on Fiendish at this point. And that was a self-contained story that was Casimir, my main character's background. So that wasn't part of the main series. So I have a bunch of these 0.5 chapters that are one shots. But Fiendish 3 picks off from Fiendish 2. So if you've read that, it starts immediately after that. And if you haven't read Fiendish 1 and 2, the story premise is that we begin this journey with Casimir, the angry blonde guy. That's my main character, who is a reclusive hunter in the woods. He's kind of done with society. And it's because he's had this tragic backstory where his family was destroyed by these demons. And even though it's a fantasy world with magical creatures and stuff, nobody really knows what these creatures are. And you can see some of them in this image surrounding them. Him and Ragna, my shaman character, are fighting these demons, and nobody knew what those demons were when they destroyed his hometown 9 years ago. But now they've resurfaced, and he's taken it upon himself to get to the bottom of what these creatures are. And essentially, what he finds out he has to do is return to his hometown, which he's hasn't been able to do because there's a bunch of mystery surrounding why the town has disappeared. Nobody's been able to go back. He's the only survivor that anyone knows of. So it's a fantasy mystery in that, on top of the heavy world building and the fantasy tropes and all that stuff that I'm embracing, there is a definite mystery story that's unveiled. And that's why I was talking about doing all the setups in book 1 and 2, because book 3, you start finding out all these revelations about what the demons really are. There's one that's already in the 15-page preview that's out right now. And in the next, I'd say 10 pages after the preview, there's another revelation about the demons. And there's a mystery villain that was the horned guy in the trailer that I didn't reveal until the campaign launch. And I'll know that there will be another mystery villain right at the end of the book. So a lot of stuff is happening, and I want people to feel like, well, there's a lot of familiar fantasy storylines, but at the same time, I don't know what to expect. That's my goal. But yeah, Fiendish 3, right after Fiendish 2, Fiendish 2 was Fiendish 1 was the action-packed introduction where the demons are back. Casimir fights and kills one. He vows to get to the bottom of this. Fiendish 2 was the team coming together. And obviously, he's not traveling alone. He has his apprentice, who's also his cousin, Iskel, this little archer boy, kind of the everyman character that the viewer can view this world through and learn about the world. And then there's also Yomi, who's a slave girl, a dev slave. Devs are this fantasy race that I made up for Fiendish, and she was a slave, but she decided basically to run away so she wouldn't be captured, and made her do things she didn't want to do. So she decides to run away with Casimir and Iskel, even though it's going to be a dangerous journey. She chooses the harder path of going with them to avenge her friends that were killed by the demons as well. And this team kind of struggles. There's some conflict, but they come together at the end of Fiendish 2. And Fiendish 3, they are joined by Ragna, my busty magic girl there, and all the plot and all the story and reveals start happening.
Did you say my busty magic girl?
Yeah, that is what I call her. I'm accurate.
Well, hey, I get it. When I talk about Cordrath, I go, Cordrath, he's packing the heat down below, that guy. So, no, she is busty.
I know it's pretty obvious with Ragna, so there's no point in hiding it.
No, that's all good. It's all good.
Yes.
Go through the different tiers and stuff then.
Oh, sure. Yes. Let's see. So I have. I can scroll down a bit. Here's some sample pages.
Yeah.
So I have a few of the interior pages right here, right at the top, but this button, you can click this to read the preview. And
cool.
the that free preview is hosted on Global Comics. You can read it even without a like a membership or anything. So it's free. You can just click that and read it right away. And I do have the rest of the Fiendish series available digitally on Global Comics, but you do need to register to read those. But yeah, you can just read the preview. It's really easy.
Cool.
Oh, cool.
I want to scroll down to hear the covers. Okay, here are the perks. So, how do mouses work? Okay, so perks that I have are the Give Me Everything tier. That is the featured perk, and what that is I have 3 variant covers for Fiendish 3. As you can see in the Fiendish 3 little bar right here, there's the main cover that is a campaign exclusive cover. There's a dark cover that is only available on the first and last days. So that will be available again next Monday, which is the last day of the live campaign. So you'll have to, if you want that on its own, you have to come back on Monday to back it. But if you back the Give Me Everything perk, which is a big box here, of course you get that, because that tier is everything new on Fiendish 3. So you'll get that cover, and also the perma cover, which is the greenish one with the mystery villain. And the way Fiendish campaigns work is I have all my covers are campaign exclusive, except for one permanent cover that is always carried after that. So I try to not do a million variants. It's just, this is a long series. It's going to be a huge headache if like I do a new variant every single book. I also feel like I'm ripping people off if I just have a million variants all the time. So tons of variants on the campaigns. I usually have like 4 or 5 by the end of things. But the perma cover, the green one, will be the permanent one that you'll always be able to get forever.
Okay.
I got it.
That's how it works.
Cool.
I was when I saw perma, I was like, what? Because I think I did the first one all the way to the left, the main cover. So
yeah, main
cool.
cover.
Yeah, that one's limited, so good choice.
Comics Legend says, Rini, will you ever have an artist edition black and white line art version of Fiendish, similar to Cordrath's hardcover artist edition at the 9x12 size?
Yes, I will. My plan is to have a campaign for the artist editions of Fiendish books at the end of the first arc. So I want to do a collected edition of the first arc, which is the story up until all the characters reach Dorvo, which is Casimir's hometown. And that would be probably by the end of book 5. So it's a lot of material, but I'm going to do a collected, big, nice thick book, just like those Berserk volumes. And I'll have artist editions of all the chapters.
That's cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right. What else?
Thank you. I think we had a couple of more backers. So thank you. You guys are
nice.
Great. Right. Okay. So the Give Me Everything tier. So it's the 3 campaign covers, and also this is exciting. The big question mark that you see over here. Okay, that is not a cover. That's just a question mark. Believe it or not, that is a perk exclusive guest cover. And if you're signed up for my email list, you should all check your emails. It's probably in the promotion box, because my emails have been going to people's promotion boxes a lot recently, which is very frustrating. But I just revealed what that art is, only for email list people. And it will be revealed publicly tomorrow in conjunction with the Kickstarter launch. So if you would like to see what that guest cover is, you should check your emails, and hopefully you're signed up. But if not, then you'll be able to find out tomorrow.
No, that's cool.
And then, and it's very nice. It's a wraparound cover. It's a guest artist wraparound cover, and it's absolutely beautiful. I think you guys are gonna love it. And you can only get that. That's a perk exclusive cover, so you can only get that with the Give Me Everything.
Nice.
And then also with the Give Me Everything are I haven't been doing making of books with Fiendish, because in my mind, I was trying to save all the sketches and all the rough drafts for a world building book. But then I realized, well, the world building book is a separate thing, because it's would be pages describing the races and the magical items and the demons.
Not a making of.
Yeah, I have so much material for that already. It's
Right.
kind of crazy how much material I have on the back end. So I realized, well, I should have been making these making of books. So what I have right now is a bundle of all 4 making of books, and you can just buy them as a bundle on its own as an add-on, or if you get the Give Me Everything perk, then you get all 4 of those, which is 1 volume of, it's called Foraging Fiendish. I'm so proud of the name. You can get 1 volume.
Good.
It's 1 volume of Foraging Fiendish corresponding to every Fiendish book. So it's all those. You get a item called the Ragna's Demon Notes, and this is really cool. So if do I have a more close-up version?
I hope
there you
do.
go. So
I ordered the Demon Notes with mine because I think that is so cool. That is stuff that I absolutely love.
Yes, awesome. Yeah. It's made for people who are into world building and tabletop games just like you, Dennis. So I'm glad that you picked that up. And what those are is a in-world item of a replica of an in-world item that is Ragna's notes on the demons that they encounter and their travel notes. I really like making extra supplemental items that are in sync with the world, so to say. So, like, for example, hanging on my microphone, I don't know if you can see it, but for Fiendish 2.5, I made this little pendant that is a pendant that Casimir wears, and it's in their world, it's a religious pendant, and it's story relevant. It stands for some of the themes in the story. So I made this as an item, and I like making things that feel like you just reached into the comic and you took the thing out of the comic, and now you own it. Like, that's the kind of stuff I like to buy. So that's what I like to make. And so all of these demon notes are going to be in Nanarsa, which is my constructed fantasy language for Fiendish. Yes, I built a whole language for Fiendish. If you are new to the series, I'm only slightly insane, but I'm really looking forward to this because what I want to do is not just have notes on demons that they encounter, but maybe some creatures that you don't see on the pages, because I don't need to show every single encounter if it's not plot relevant or there's no character development need for it. I don't need to show everything, but you'll have some like extra info, some travel notes of things they encountered but you didn't see in the comic, and maybe she'll be making fun of her teammates and stuff, but it'll all be in Nanarsa and you're gonna have to translate it. So if you are a giant nerd and you love that kind of stuff, then this is an add-on that you want. Yeah, you get that with the Give Me Everything tier, and there's also a perk exclusive sticker that's like the that purple thing. It's the dark cover but colored, so that's a perk exclusive holographic sticker.
Cool.
So yeah, that's the featured perk because it's $200. It's discounted from like $220, but if we hit the 60K stretch goal, which upon which everybody who backed the Give Me Everything perk and everybody who bought original art, you're going to get a free sketch cover. So you just get a whole other book for free. And that will be included in the Give Me Everything perk. So that should be even worth more than the $220 that is mentioned here. So it's featured because I want to make it absolutely worth your money. If you're backing this campaign early and you're supporting this book, especially with how things are now, everything's crazy, I really appreciate it. So this is like best value for your money. And of course, you can get the covers, the main cover, the perma cover. The dark cover will be available again next Monday until the closeout. You can get caught up on just Fiendish 3 and Fiendish 2.5 because I know a lot of people were waiting for the Fiendish 3 campaign to get 2.5 because 2.5 was a smaller book, so you want to save on shipping. I just made this perk to make your life easier. Here's a full catch-up for new readers, and also I have wood burning portraits coming back. Every Fiendish campaign has some of these. That's cool. Then of course the original art. So those are the perks.
Nice.
Oh, and the original art is I think I mentioned that the original art is divided into 4 tiers, and there are 6 slots for each tier. So it's $1,000 oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, just to clarify for people watching, let's say they click on that one we can see, which is 800. Do they pick the page they want, or is it just it's one of these pages you're showing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is there a drop down or?
Yeah, I should clarify. Well, because some of the pages aren't done yet, and to avoid spoilers, I'm not revealing the pages yet. But what I've done is I've divided the whole book into these 4 price tiers, and in order of backing, you will be emailed the selection of pages in that price tier, and you'll be able to select which page you get in order of backing. So people who back first will have their first pick of all the $800 tier pages. If you back that, that's how it works.
Cool.
Yeah, I was trying to balance keeping things simple but giving everybody a fair choice of getting a page they actually liked.
Oh yeah,
because in a 70-page book, it's not. I was like, I'm gonna lose my mind if I have to put up like 20 individual art entries for every page, or like 70 of them. It's just way too much.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Well, that's cool. Well, good. And it's climbing. I know we hit the DNA bump, which is 4 backers, because Randy posted that. Yay! So that's cool.
Yeah, he did.
Thank you.
Well, guys, we got about 350 of you on. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button and go check out Rene's. And just in case you hadn't, or maybe you've joined us late.
That's right.
Yes.
Do a refresh, because I just want to see if it got to 670 or not.
Let's refresh this.
Did
somebody save us from the unholy news?
Somebody did.
Someone saved us. Thank you, whoever
there
just
you go.
backed. You
that's awesome.
are our savior. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's cool. Really cool. So tomorrow night, I assume tomorrow night, you're launching on Kickstarter?
I'm hoping to launch earlier. It kind of depends on how early I get up, but yeah. Well, yeah, I'm hoping to launch just in the afternoon. So probably around this time, I'll start streaming on my channel. The Kickstarter will go live, and I'll try to go until Creative Block. I have a Thursday night stream talking about comics and storytelling, so I'll just raid into them. So if you want to join me tomorrow, hopefully it'll be an all afternoon and all evening party talking about comics and the Kickstarter launch. So yeah.
Cool. Just checking something. Okay, cool. All right, well, that's very cool. We are going to let's see, I got to share my screens. We're gonna look at Lilineth for a little bit, and then cap it, because I know Aaron likes to do Graybeards at 5, and we respect that and don't like to step on them. So
yes, much respect to Aaron as well.
Yeah. So thank
you guys for backing. Sorry, just
no, go ahead.
Thank you also for making Fiendish not end the stream on an unholy number. So you guys are great. Cheers.
So not a problem. Lilith Infernal Conflict is still, of course, live. 14 days of the live campaign is left. And yeah, it's going nicely. We've got, we do have a Get It All tier with a collector's box at a discount. And guys, we have added a foil cover to that one. So if you already backed it, you're getting something extra for no extra cost. And if you haven't backed it yet, you're saving even more money off it as well. So in that box, it's Lilineth's beautiful box. You get the main cover by me, the homage cover by me, John Malin's variant cover, the foil cover, the black and white edition of the book, the 2-inch Lilineth minifigure, a new short First Man story that I did, kind of a throwback to the 1990s, and exclusive to the box is the Ysurcia bookmark and the John Malin black and white virgin cover. Those are exclusive to the box. That's the only way you'll be able to get them. And that is normally $170 down to $140, but with the new book that we added, it's actually normally $200 for $140. So check that out. Here, of course, are the bigger versions of the covers. That is the main cover. And so OCD.
Ooh, yeah.
There, now it fits nicely. So there you go. There is the main cover, Lilineth fighting. I'm going to pronounce it wrong, Dennis. You do it. You made these names up.
That's okay.
What are you doing?
Whoever his name is.
No,
Whatever his name.
Hang on. I got
Red
something
guy.
coming in.
Hellboy.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
Surathal. She's fighting Surathal. Man, I toss it over to him, ready, expecting my partner, ready to go.
I know.
And it's like
name,
in
though.
basketball when you're like, I'm giving it to him to make the shot, and the guy's just standing there and it bounces off his chest, and he goes, "What happened?"
No, the hospital's been calling, so
I don't care about the hospital. You're out of it.
Don't. That's the reason I was in the hospital in the first place.
Oh, please. So we've got the foil cover. $2 from Randy Howell. Thank you. Lilineth is just $2 away from 24K. Thank you. Billy Tucci says, you know it. You know it, Billy. We've got the homage cover by me, homaging Frank Frazzetta's great Vampirella #1. Yeah. We've got John Malin's awesome variant cover where it's Lilineth and friends fighting Demon Lord Vexarion. And we've got a few preview pages up. And guys, the colorist does have, and he was in the chat, hopefully he still is, but he has more pages. And once I get them back, we will be adding more preview pages to the campaign. I just don't want to add black and white. I'd rather put up full color. So there you go. And like Marcus said, and I do have a nice overlay for that. Where is it? There it is. We're doing a limited edition, 150 copies, only 100 available on the campaign, newsprint edition of the book. It's a throwback style to when comics were flat color. You smelled the newsprint, and they just looked really cool and really unique. And retro is all the rage. Special cover just for this book that you can only get on this one. They come signed and numbered with a certificate of authenticity that will have a nice embossed Astonishing Comics logo stamp up in the corner. So check that out. And Marcus said there is only 33 left. So get those before they're gone.
That is really, yeah. I've seen a lot of people doing newsprint stuff, and I'm enjoying this throwback to retro style comics. And this, I've seen Adam Lawson has done a lot of limited edition books, like numbered and limited print runs and stuff. And I think that's because it is a collector's market. I love seeing that. And you're balancing the limited run and the special collector stuff with, you also have a mass market edition, right? So I think that's the way to go. It's really cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Joe
so
says,
check that.
Aloha, guys. I was on Billy's channel. Well, you're dead to me now, Joe. So,
oh no!
Oh, that son of a bitch. And then we have the calendar. And good news, I got an email 2 days ago from the printer on Monday saying that the calendars are in the mail. So honestly, when we get them, we'll ship them out. I mean, we're going to ship it. We say shipping in December, so you have it for the new year. But honestly, when the calendars get here, I'm not just going to have them sit in a box. We'll ship them out. Now, there's only 40 of them available on the campaign. We're only printing 50. We're holding some back for ourselves, of course. So you can still get a calendar. And when we get it, we'll do a little video where we hold it up, flip through it and stuff. So 31 calendars left on the campaign. Core draft for 2026. Go check it out. And here, of course, is some of the interior pages from the calendar. We've got fun dates and stuff on it. From the Shattered Reach, characters' birthday, stuff like that. So good stuff.
That's a cool idea.
You know it. I love old the old Marvel calendars. My birthday, of course, is there. Dennis's birthday's there. I might have got the date right or wrong. I don't know. He doesn't care. If somebody wishes him happy birthday and it's a day or two forward or backward, he'll just say thank you.
My birthday's so close to Christmas. I've gotten screwed for 55 years. So what's it matter now?
I know, but at least for 55 years, you've gotten screwed. Oh, that's not true. You have 2 kids, but they don't look anything like you. So are they yours? I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
No, that's not true. His daughter, I feel bad for his daughter because you can look at her and go, yeah, you're Dennis's kid, but you're pretty. So that's weird. And you look at his son and go,
this is getting so
yep.
vicious.
That is Susie's definitely, yep. Okay. We have the catch up here where if you missed out on Kordrath the Awakening and Kordrath the Reckoning, you can go to the catch-up tier, all 3 books, save $5, and you'll get the main cover of Lilineth, and then there's a drop down for the other 2 books, and you can pick the covers that are available in the drop down for those. We also have a gaming catch-up tier as well. So if you're into the whole role-playing gaming, you can get the first 2 modules, all the playable character cards, the map, and a 2-inch figure of Kordrath and a 2-inch figure of Lilineth at a nice discount. And then we've got just bundles of some of the other books. But, you know, if you just go up and you're like, I just want the main cover and Malin's cover, every individual cover is also an add-on, so you don't have to worry about that. And, of course, First Man returns in Explosive 90s Glory. It is a 28-page book once it's printed. 8 pages of story, 8 pages of the pencils, and then 8 pages of the black and white raw inks. And it's just a fun little story I did, kind of in a 90s, you could say, Liefeldian type style. So check that out as well. And then at $40,000, the first stretch goal is going to be a 3x4-inch Lilineth magnet. Slap it on your refrigerator, so when you're getting the milk for the cereal in the morning, you can put a smile on your face by looking at Lilineth. I know Dennis can't wait to throw it on his refrigerator.
Yep, it'll fall, but you know, because it's
what do you have, a plastic refrigerator?
No, it's stainless. They do not attach to it.
Really?
I have a stainless steel refrigerator, and we've got magnets all over it.
Nope, that's why you don't see a single one on it.
So they do attach, you just won't put it on it.
No, they don't attach.
I have a stainless.
Next time, try it out.
Then it okay. I'm just saying I have a stainless steel refrigerator as well. So
yeah, I hear you.
It's still metal. I'm very confused.
I know. I think he's just full of it. It's his way of saying we don't want to junk up our refrigerator with stuff. In other words, besides Dennis beating his wife in fantasy football as she's hobbled, we now know that when his kids came home from school with art and said put it on the refrigerator, he was like, no, you don't understand. Magnets don't work on this refrigerator.
Magnets don't work, and they've gone their whole lives thinking magnets don't work. So
he scarred his kids from ever having art on their family refrigerator. That's nice. Yeah. I work with a monster. Okay, so pledge now. Join Lilineth's fight. And Lilineth is basically about Kordrath the Awakening ends. We're not going to tell you how it ends, but Lilineth does go back to where she's from, the Abyss. And this is kind of a flashback story where we learn all about Lilineth, how she came to be in the Demon Wars, the succubus against the Incubi. Oh, it is great action, adventure, and we learn why she was the one chosen out of all the succubi from her queen to be sent up to the Shattered Reach. So we get to see new characters and stuff, and I'm feeling kind of special. What's that say? Whether magnets stick to a refrigerator depends on the type of stainless steel used. Ferritic stainless steel 400 series is magnetic, while autistic stainless steel is not. So Dennis has an autistic refrigerator. Okay, good to know.
That's too much smart people talk.
Andy can't read English, so yes, that is it.
Dennis's refrigerator is on the spectrum. Good to know. Good to know. And because, you know, I'm feeling kind of, let me remove this.
I'm just saying, really smart. We really have a really intelligent chat. So I'm really glad somebody popped that in there, because I was going to bust Andy later for it, but I wasn't going to do it on the show. But thank you. I
don't feel the need to have to spend more money to have a non-magnetic steel refrigerator.
That's okay. You go get your tin refrigerator and put your magnets.
It's not tin. I'm going to show Dennis. Dennis is the only other person that's seen these. I just, before the show started, I was really hoping to get them 100% done. I've got to do some whiteout stuff on these character designs, which I'm going to do digitally, but I'll show you 3 new characters that are in the book. So now that Dennis knows that's what I'm doing, and he's seen these, when I throw it to him and go, what are these character names? Hopefully he won't just stare blankly at the screen.
He'll be ready. Joe
That's my hope.
Bernardo asks, what have I learned since starting crowdfunding? Do things early. The end.
There you go.
That is my one top answer.
So this is one of the lead, I guess you say, badass succubus warriors. What's her name, Dennis?
I don't remember.
Oh, you son of a bitch. It's Osiris. Osiris. Whatever. You're the one that's supposed to say it.
It was Osiris. It's a god name. How did you not?
What's up, Billy? Wait, you're making fun of me for not knowing the name?
No, definitely no.
Oh, I'm drawing all these guys. I mean, I'm the one. He literally puts a word on paper, and then I've got to design it and draw this. So that's one. And she's going to have a really dark reddish skin and a lot of body armor there. So that's one. And then we've got
Osiris
these other
would be a cool name
as well. So there you go.
Ooh, I like the girl on the right.
Oh, with the white or with the lighter wings.
Yeah,
and the horns.
It's like it's almost like light demonic or something.
You actually nailed it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that means you have a good design.
In the character description, it's kind of like light, like you said. Yeah.
Great. Perfect. And it's not even colored. You did it. That means the design communicates well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You nailed it. I'm like, holy crap.
Woo! It's like dark demonic and light demonic.
Yeah. So these are a few more of the old warriors there that are going to be in the book. And so I've got to do a little bit of whiteout touch up. And I figured instead of struggling with my whiteout on the actual paper, I would scan them and just do it in Clip Studio. So that's what I'm going to be doing. But there you go. So wow, that's awesome. Well, that was fun. We hope you enjoyed it, of course.
Have you been doing any role playing?
Not recently, no.
I haven't either. There's been no time. I'm working on a role playing setting for Lilineth, but I am so far behind, and I don't even have anything even ready to go to my alpha testers. So, I'll probably wind up having to pop 2 of them out and get them out there for the next one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I haven't had time to do any tabletop. Oh, that's awesome! Is that balanced?
It is. Well, I'm from Wisconsin, so these are cheese dice. So I actually have to take a crayon, my black crayon, like the old ones used to, and there's my percentiles, and then I'm gonna color them in black, and then look at that. There's my little 4-sided.
Reen, let me just tell you, when we go to a con now, he's got the dice. He's got a portion of our table because we usually ask for 2 tables now, and thank God everybody's been accommodating. He is the dice man at cons.
Yeah,
now,
you've got a bunch of dice.
Brings to sell.
I've got ones like there's my 100-sided die. I've got a 60-sided die. I've got a whole group of them. I've got 3, 4, 5, 7-sided dice that are in there. I've got just a ton of dice. Most of mine are packed up now for the convention. Ooh, what's yours?
Have I shown you the Fiendish dice that I've never actually replicated and started selling?
No, are those prototypes?
Yeah, these are prototypes. So these are let's see. They're Nanarsa numbers. Okay, if my camera would focus. It's very difficult to get it. Oh my gosh. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I've got the Nanarsa numbers etched into them, and see these. So I have a full set of 6 gaming dice, and I just never have bothered to mold and cast them, because last time I did any molding and casting, it was a whole shebang. I needed to get like a pressure pot thing to debubble it, but I've heard that if you just use the right type of silicone, then you don't need all that. So I think I can try that. And I also don't know if people would really be interested, but yeah, I do have a whole set of gaming dice that's in the Narsa, and I'm hoping to replicate them exactly this way, so they'll look like bone with like burnt letters.
That's cool.
Yeah. Anyways, just there you go. I thought you would enjoy that.
We looked at trying to get custom dice for Core Draft, and we talked to a number of different dice makers. The cost per dice set was so ridiculous that, and it's not just for the prototype, but I think we were looking at $45-50 cost for dice, and I'm like, that's just not feasible in any way, shape, or form. So we kind of do that by the wayside. So
you could mold it yourself. Like you could get a somebody who does 3D modeling to make it, print it out. There's people in
do 3D
around us who do 3D printing, and all you have to do is buy some silicone mold release on Amazon, and some resin. You can cast it yourself.
Oh yeah, I see. Oh, I see what you're saying. So get them sculpted, print one set 3D printing, and then make a mold from that set. And then
depending on what is more cost efficient, it's like I think mine would look better if it's actually molded, but it depends on what you're trying to do.
Right.
But yeah, you could do it yourself. I don't think it's that hard. You just have to, learn the whole mold making process.
Joe Bernardo wants you to show some dice thing, by the way, Dennis.
So dice thing. I didn't see it. Dennis.
Let me scroll up. He says, show the Dennis shower the special dice roller you got for your birthday. Joe, I know you stayed at Dennis's house, and you still can't forget about the showers you guys took together. Think before you type.
So I do not have that near me. Otherwise, I would. I know what Joe is referencing. I actually have a number of. They're really cool metal ones, and that's what got me into it. And I purchased a number of different ones. I'll have them at Hickory because they're already packed up and are ready to go. But they are cool. I've got they're like fidget spinners. They're metal fidget spinners. And it's got like D4, 6, and 8 on one side, and you spin it, then you flip it over, and then there's your 10, 12, and 20-sided on the flip side.
Yeah, I've seen those. Those are fun.
Yeah. And I sell so many of them. I sell out of them whenever I get them, and I'm like, what? So many of you guys buy them for dice? No. We buy them for fidget spinners. And I was like, what? I have no idea. So it's just one of those fun things.
Let me answer this from, even though this, so Peter Ma asked earlier on if there's a way to get the newsprint edition again without doing a whole new order because, shipping, blah, blah, blah. And unfortunately, Randy's right. The answer is no, there's not. The easiest way to do it, because the campaign is still in funding mode, you don't even have to contact me, Peter Ma. You can just go to your order, hit refund, and then go and basically back it again at, adding, 2 newsprint, whatever you want.
And you can add
that's the best way to do it.
Right?
Huh?
You should be able to add multiple newsprints.
Right. You can add multiple stuffs on. But there's no way to just do it unless, you want to pay shipping again. So I would just do, Peter Ma, just do a refund and then just go.
I bet Peter Ma was on, isn't there a thing? Wasn't there a link in that email?
No, that's for the foil.
Oh, that was only the foil one.
Okay. Yeah, that was because that's what I was thinking too. But then I realized because when we did the foil cover, so I'll just reiterate for people that maybe didn't know or whatever, we added the foil cover, 2 weeks ago, whatever it was, when it was the first 30-day closeout. And for people that already backed the book, I sent out a secret tier for the foil cover where the shipping was only $1. So it was basically an add-on. But I only sent that to people as of that Sunday that already backed the book. So if you didn't realize that and you did back the book, in the first 2 weeks of the campaign or first 30 days of the campaign, you should check your spam because you could get the foil cover for just $1 extra shipping. So anyhow,
perfect.
There's that. So, but hey, we're going to roll on. So, cause, Graybeards is starting here in a couple minutes, and you guys can jump and watch those guys draw. I believe they're doing something where they're just using Sharpies and whiteout. I know they're challenging themselves. Yes. I expect a David Williams win on that one. Just saying. So there you go. Irene, thanks for joining us as always.
Thank you for having me on. This was fun. It's good to catch up again.
It's been a while.
Yeah. And then
it's been a while.
Oh, look at that. Good news. Refresh. I don't know.
Refresh.
Which one's he talking? Well, I'll refresh ours. You refresh yours, and we'll find out who he's talking to. Because I have no idea.
Hopefully we both.
Oh, I think. Well, we're over 24 now, so thank you.
Yeah. Woo! Awesome. Congrats.
Very nice. Thank you, everybody. You're an awesome group. We've got 400 of you on. So, guys, yes, fist bump and go head over to Graybeards and all 400 of you go in and swarm them and say we sent you.
And as of now, next week on the DNA show, my buddy Daryl Banks of Green Lantern fame will be joining the show. So join us next week, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.